Hello, and welcome back to the Dialogue Dome. I'm Max, that's Brennan over there, and we're going to be talking today about a wonderful little topic that I think most of you out there will enjoy. What do you think, Brennan? You think that was that a good intro? Did you like
That was the
that?
best intro you've had
Was
since we
I,
started the channel.
is
Yeah.
that it? Is that good? It was good, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that
okay,
was the
cool.
one.
Sick.
What's the topic?
We're talking about candy and sweets and sugar and fucking all of the wonderful good stuff. Halloween happened a fucking couple days ago, and now
for,
is the time.
for the time that we're recording this
Oh
podcast,
yeah, from the
yes.
time that we're recording, whether or not this comes out, but so you guys know. And we're not just going to talk about Halloween candy. We're also going to talk about Christmas and Easter and all of those fun stuff.
Cool.
But the basic idea, the basic premise is I thought it would be a ton of fun if we discussed candy, some of our favorite candies, some of the least favorite candies, what kind of stuff you grew up with, childhood, Willy Wonka, fucking let's go. That was the plan.
Okay. This is probably going to be your episode. I'm not a sweets guy, but that's okay.
Really?
I like some things, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess to roll it off and start
Okay.
going, what is your favorite sweet? Do you have a favorite thing, dessert, candy, whatever?
Um are we doing dessert too, or are we just doing candy?
I mean, I kind of lump them all together. Do we
I
want to
mean,
do
yeah.
specifically just candy?
Yeah, we
Because
can
then
do
we
it.
can
We can
get
do
into the topic
everything.
of what defines candy versus what defines dessert. I mean, I think I might still do that anyway now that I just
Yeah.
thought of it, but
Yeah.
um
If I'm talking about my favorite candy, it's mostly chocolate, anything chocolate. I
hmm,
love Reese's, that's like my big thing.
sure.
Whoever invented chocolate and peanut butter together deserves a shrine.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it was Reese's that invented it, but I can
I
sure
don't
as hell
know.
tell that he marketed it. Um,
Oh, absolutely. Mars Candy knows what's up.
Yeah. Um. So that's that. I think if I'm gonna do like that, it's probably Reese's. If I have a favorite dessert, it's pumpkin pie.
That's a good
Pumpkin
one.
pie is a
Love
good
that.
one. Yes.
Pumpkin pie is fantastic. I
Especially with a
love pumpkin pie as
little
a
bit of whipped
dessert.
cream on the top, maybe some vanilla ice
Mhm.
cream. Oh,
Oof. Fuck yes. No, I agree. Both of those statements are fantastic. Um, for me, fucking, it kind of depends on my mood. What I
mm,
want because I love chocolate. Chocolate straight up everything. Anytime I go to Dairy Queen to get a Blizzard, it's usually the chocolate ice cream with chocolate brownie, chocolate chips, chocolate sauce. Um, all
all at
mixed
once.
together all at once in a chocolate with more chocolate because I fucking love chocolate. And we'll see how many times I say chocolate in this episode. There's be a nice little counter right here.
No, no, I'm not doing that. Not give me challenges.
uh
Uh,
no, there'll just be a total at the end of the No, but
no.
no, but fucking sometimes I want the fruity gummies or the sour candies or like caramel or toffee. Toffee is always fantastic. I love that flavor. Um and it kind of I don't know. That's kind of where I'm going. As far as dessert goes. Dessert see this might segue into the what is the difference category between the two. Um, Desserts would definitely have to be some sort of pie or cake.
hmm
Most likely a pie. I like pies a little bit better. They're a little bit more there's more variety to a pie than there is cake.
Oh,
It seems.
I do love me a banana cream pie. Sorry, I was thinking about
Ooh,
that
yeah.
too. That's like a second favorite to me.
It's a good
I
one. I
haven't
love
had one in
that,
a
like,
long
vanilla
time.
that vanilla pudding and banana fucking yeah. I really like a nice deep dark chocolate French silk pie is
Those are a lot of words.
beautiful. Wonderful.
Uh,
Wonderful flavors. I mean pumpkin pie is always going to be at the top of my list. I fucking love pumpkin pie. That combination of spices and flavors is beautiful. Love it.
mhm. All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, what is some of your least favorite candies or
Oh
desserts or
God,
whatever?
least
Or
favorite.
yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna need to look this up.
segue straight into that.
Um.
I already know mine while you look yours
Oh,
up.
I know, I know. Sorry, that
Yeah.
took me a second to realize. Candy
Oh no, you're
corn.
good. Oh God.
Candy
It's
corn
just
is sugar.
it's just fondant, marzipan, sugar, dough. That's all it is colored sugar dough, and I will not, for the life of me, understand why people go ape shit for candy corn. I don't
I
get
don't
it.
get it.
Fucking every Halloween.
After a while, it just starts to burn your throat.
Yeah. It's just ugh, and there's not much flavor to it. It's just sugar.
It's
It's
sugar.
just
That's all it is.
like congratulations, you've discovered sugar for like the upteenth time today. Like
Literally.
great.
Oh my god.
Good for you.
It's
Get it out
so
of my
bad.
face. It sucks. I
It's so
hate
bad.
it.
I
Um
hate candy corn.
I know. Well, yeah, those candy corns, candy pumpkins, it's just marzipan, fucking fondant and like yeah. Um I also hate black licorice. Uh
Interesting. That was gonna be another one of
yeah.
mine. Was black
Oh,
licorice.
really?
Yeah.
Fucking hey, great minds
It
think
tastes
alike. Look
like
at this.
tar.
Yeah. Well,
Literally
like okay.
tar.
So I don't necessarily know how to understand how to explain the flavor of black licorice, but fennel has a very similar flavor that I don't know if they use fennel or what even the process is to make black licorice, but just something about that flavor. It's really strong. It's not appetizing to me at least. Like I know there's a ton of people out there that love black licorice, but it just I don't know. Like and what's weird is like I like molasses in certain things, which I don't know if that's a process for making black licorice, and it has like another very similar strong kind of flavor, but something about the black licorice just hits me in such the wrong way. I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. I don't understand why it's that way. Uh
So it's the roots of the licorice plant. It's the
okay.
roots. That might be
Interesting.
why it tastes so like grainy, maybe.
Grainy and kind of earthy, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't
Fucking
even know how to. The Twizzlers. I mean, the Twizzlers. They do a good job of trying, but oof, I don't know.
sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
just
mean,
looking at
fuck
here.
it. Like
Yeah.
people like that, have at it. You can have your black licorice. I'm going to have my red licorice because it tastes like strawberries or oftentimes cherry,
Hmm.
which artificial cherry, that's a whole other fucking deal, but
Artificial
um
anything when it comes to fruit.
I don't know, fucking artificial watermelon is really fucking good.
You're not wrong, but it's because it's a sweet version of watermelon.
Yes.
It's. I mean, it's obviously processed.
Well, yeah, yeah. It's also processed, and I'm sure they throw in a ton of other flavors. There's usually like pear juice or apple or both or something along those lines to kind of give it plus concentrated watermelon flavoring. It all gives it its unique and interesting flavor profile that I fucking love. I don't I it It'll be a cold day in hell when Jolly Rancher says watermelon is no longer an option.
That's when you know the world is ending.
Exactly. When Jolly Rancher says watermelon isn't a flavor anymore, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Take me off this planet. Fuck that shit.
What do you think about what do you think about rockets?
Rockets?
You remember those?
I
The
They're fun things that people shoot off into
No,
space.
no, 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 no,
Firework
no.
rockets.
No, they're
What?
called oh my god, they're called rockets. Max, hold on. I'll send you a picture because that's a real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I
You'll
believe you.
you'll
Rocket pops?
yeah, you'll instantly recognize it the second I text it to you. Hold on. Here. There
Okay.
you go.
Okay, okay.
They're like they look like mint candies.
Smarties.
Smarties, yeah, but they're called rockets, Smarties.
Are they called
Yeah.
rockets? I have never heard those things called rockets.
Yeah. Rocket Smarties. Yeah.
I've never heard that. I've heard Smarties like my entire life. I've never heard them called rockets.
Okay.
What are what are you on? Where did rockets come from?
The company name.
Interesting. That's super fucking interesting. No, I've never heard that. They're decent, chalky. They kind of have a fruity flavor to them, but they're not like my bag.
I just
I
remember
won't.
them tasting a lot just like sugar and then again
Mhm.
having it burn my teeth after a while.
Yeah, I there is definitely some of that. I definitely liked like bottle caps or fucking
Nuka-Cola? No, I'm kidding.
yeah, right. No, no, no. Like uh um uh bottle caps or what's the other one? Sweet tarts. Sweet tarts was another like very similar pressed sugar disc of kind of sugar flavor. um that I really enjoyed. And Smarties were okay. I wouldn't get rid of them from my Halloween bag, but there are other options that I would have preferred to get on
Mhm.
Halloween.
Fair enough.
Um yeah. I remember like growing up a lot of kids smoked them, which I thought was interesting.
It's news
No,
to me.
they didn't light them up
Obviously
or
not,
smoke them. No, no,
Max. You can't
they
roll that
crushed.
into a joint.
I know. No,
Well, you could, but
they crushed it up inside of the tube, and then you'd like breathe it in and then blow out this like powder vapor
that must be an
whatever thing, and
Idaho
it was
thing. That
just
never
like
happened here.
really.
Yeah, definitely
I don't
not.
know. Something that just kind of happened. It didn't happen for long, but it did happen.
God. Uh, sweets,
I
sweets. Oh,
know.
one thing
Sweets.
my grandfather loved these when he was alive. Jelly
Mhm.
beans. He loved
Oh.
jelly beans.
Jelly beans are great. Like I think jelly beans are very versatile because you don't really have to do a whole lot to them. You just put your flavor in the thing and then mix them all together. Um it makes for an interesting flavor profile when you just get a handful of them and shove the whole thing in your mouth.
God, no. I'm like one of those picky idiots that like literally just like do okay,
Oh,
done.
really?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
strawberry.
some of those are really good, and I'll fully admit that I will sometimes just like one at a time. But one of my favorite memories growing up was on Halloween opening a little fun size bag of Skittles and just dumping the whole thing in my mouth and eating that.
Oh God.
It was
Which
fantastic, and
speaking
I
of
loved
which,
the flavor.
Skittles are amazing. I love Skittles.
I know, right? Do you
Yeah.
remember when Skittles made the horrible fucking decision to change lime to green apple? You remember
I
that?
do remember that. Oh my God. Yeah, that was very
Remember, like,
controversial.
it,
Yeah.
those fucking morons. Like, I get it. Green apple is a wonderful flavor for candy, and I'm, like, not opposed to them putting green apple in one of
Well,
their
clearly
other
you are.
candy bags. I'm not opposed to them putting it in any of their other candy bags, like the Midnight Skittles bags, put the green apple in that one. That's where the green apple should be, not in original Skittles. Original Skittles needs to have the lime because it changed the flavor profile. It changed
You're
everything.
so offended by this.
When I opened up the bag and dumped it in my mouth and green apple hit me instead of that nice, crisp, fresh lime flavor, it was like super disappointing.
So offended by this. Jesus Christ.
I'm just happy they changed it back, okay? Like, I'm
Hmm.
happy that they understood the error of their ways, and rightfully so, because it was a huge mistake.
Hmm. Fair enough.
um, uh, fuck, what else am I thinking?
Well, what other
M&M's.
questions? I was gonna say, what other
Oh,
questions do you have for me? Because this is mostly your episode. I don't really know what to
I
spin
guess
off
that's
of here.
fair.
You're gonna have
I
to
guess
ask
that's
me and
fair.
I'll answer.
Well, how about I mean, we asked it kind of earlier in the episode. What is the difference between like candy and dessert? Is dessert just the over-encompassing like squares and rectangles? All rectangles are squares, but not all squares are rectangles kind of thing? Or is it where's
No.
the defining line?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't. Use the analogy of geometry for my dessert versus candy. Uh,
I mean, it's like a tier system, right? Like all
I know.
candy is
I'm
desserts,
only
but not all
kidding.
desserts is candy.
I'm only kidding. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
I think what is for me is that dessert for me. I know this kind of sounds kind of strange, but
Mhm.
dessert for me should be something that you have to use silverware for. Anything
Really?
that is not
Okay.
anything that you have to pick up by your hands and eat with your hands is not dessert, that's candy. Because when you think
Hmm.
about it, like any kind of pie that you eat, any kind of cake, any kind of, like apple crisp, any kind of like something like that,
Sure.
you have to take utensils and eat it. And it's mostly served during um, your time at a restaurant or something like that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if you have even like a bowl of ice cream, you have to eat it with a spoon. So I consider that dessert. I don't consider that candy. You know what I mean? Even
Okay.
though it could be considered candy. Um,
Sure.
I think that that's really what it comes down to. I prefer dessert because dessert to me is more satisfying, more filling. I don't really know what the word is, but candy to me
Mhm.
is kind of just like a temporary sugar fix. Kind of like stapling a band-aid on a sugar high that you want to get and then crashing. Whereas opposed to dessert usually it goes well with like whatever meal you just had, or like it's just something to top off the meal you just had, or I don't know. I just feel like I would prefer, if I was to choose between the two, I would prefer a dessert just because I want to be able to sit down, take my time, eat it, enjoy it, not just get a sugar high,
Sure.
you know?
Sure. I can understand that, and that's absolutely fair.
It's just
I
my opinion
w-
though.
no, well, I mean, I get that. Well, I mean, that's what this podcast is all about, right? Sharing opinions and ideas and kind of getting things out there in the
Yeah,
open.
cause see, like,
I
because I was just gonna add on to that because I was just thinking of it. Some people will sit at their desk and they'll be like, "Oh, I have like a bowl of jelly beans with me. Like, plop that in, stuff like that." I
right.
prefer chips, popcorn, something that's not like
Mhm.
sweet, something that's like more filling, I guess you could say. That doesn't, it's not like super unhealthy. Even like sun
Mhm.
chips, something like that. Like, I'd prefer something crunchy, something like you could snack on. Ironically, something that might
Mhm.
ruin your hands, but like that kind of thing. Like, I'm not like sitting here with a bowl of Skittles, like plopping them in my mouth. Like, it's just that's
Sure,
so,
sure,
I
sure,
don't know.
sure.
I don't have a sweet tooth. That's what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I don't have a
Hmm.
sweet tooth.
That's very interesting.
You
And I
know?
wonder, yeah, no, I wonder where that kind of maybe comes from. Sweet tooth
I could tell you
versus
where I didn't grow up eating sweets.
mm,
A lot of this, I
okay.
mean, it's like our previous ocean episode. By the way, you should go watch that. Um, it comes from the fact that I didn't grow up with it. If I grew up being force fed candy like my cousins, for example, who
Mhm.
love sweets, they get my cousins love some of my cousins love sweets so much that they get candy for Christmas, and they're ecstatic.
Mm.
And I'm like, that's a weird Christmas gift. But um it's like I never grew up being force-fed sugar. Like my
Sure.
mom always gave me, something else like chips or Lay's or
Mhm.
Smart Food or like, I don't know, Sun
Mhm.
Chips or just anything else, that wasn't like super unhealthy, but it was quick, something like that.
Guess that's fair. And I can understand that. I definitely grew up in an area where that was kind of the norm. You go to the doctor's office, here's a lollipop. You go to
That's
Halloween
so
and it's
ironic.
fucking right. I
You go to
know,
the
right?
dentist, here's a lollipop. Like, really?
No, no, not the dentist. Fucking the doctor's
There
office.
are
Get a
dentists that give
shot,
out
and
lollipops after they're
see.
fucking cleaning.
I find that interesting.
Oh,
Um,
man.
no, but like, that was just kind of the thing. Here's a reward for doing something that I liked this child doing. Uh, and it's usually some form of like candy in some capacity. My grandmother, every time we went over to her house, had a bowl of some kind of sweet something out somewhere in the house. And it was there for everybody to just kind of pick off of. It's like, "Oh, here's a little nice little chocolate something. I'll have that." Or here's a nice little caramel or some sort of fruity something. And like that was just kind of it growing up. So, like I really started developing a love for that kind of sugary, sweet, fruity flavor profile that has obviously carried over. And I think culinary school for me is what kind of deepened it because now I have the vocabulary and understanding of what makes sweets so good for me specifically. And I also have a more complex palate to enjoy some more of the more complex desserts and chocolate and candies and caramels,
Mhm.
while also understanding how they're even made in the first place. Um,
Show off.
Thank you. I strongly recommend anyone out there to fucking, I don't know, take a cooking course every now and again. Just like you don't have to go to school for it. You're not trying to be the next Gordon Ramsay, but you could like there are home cooking classes that you could take. That's not so bad to do. And I'm sure there are candy versions of that. Like learn how to make chocolate, which is actually kind of difficult by the by. Just throwing that out there.
I've seen videos of how to make chocolate. It looks
Mhm.
very complex. Yeah.
It's mostly temperature. Like that's the biggest killer for
Yeah,
chocolate is
cuz
temperature.
cuz if you don't cook it enough, it's like solid, and then if you cook it too
Yes.
much, it's burnt.
Yes.
And you have to just find the
Exactly.
right thinness.
Yeah. It's really interesting
Do we
trying
know
to
how
find
we
that happy
discovered the
medium.
cacao bean?
I have no idea.
I'll look that up
I
because I'm
know
curious.
it used to be like it was definitely in South America, Middle America, where cacao is like kind of been around and
I
like
found it.
they used it all the time for drinks and what have you seemed to be good for them, and I'm sure whatever colonizing force came over and checked it out was like, "Hey, this is kind of good. What if we took this kind of sweet sugary thing and mixed them together?" And then it just kind of blew up and was like, "Hey, that's really fucking good." But like
Yeah.
Europeans, we
Well,
have a
I
sweet fucking tooth.
I have the timeline here. I'd actually
Oh
like
yeah,
to
hit
read
me.
this for you, just because I know you love chocolate so much.
I do. I
Um,
love
so
chocolate.
so the cacao bean was likely discovered by the Olmecs, an ancient civilization that thrived
Ooh,
between
nice.
1500 BCE and 1500 CE. Historians
Nice.
believe that the Olmecs first ate the cacao fruit after observing rats eating it. They then began
Okay.
cultivating the cacao tree in equatorial Mexico. Here
Okay.
are some other key events. So it says the Mayans played a big role in this. The Mayans worshipped the
Yeah.
cacao tree and called it cocoa. which means
Hmm.
food for the gods. That's where the modern day word cocoa came from. They made a
Got it.
ceremonial drink
Okay.
from ground cocoa beans, vanilla, and spices, and used cacao beans as currency. Then we have Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was the first European to come into contact with the cacao bean when he first
Okay.
took them away from the Mayan trading ships in 1502 by slaughtering them. Typical Christopher Columbus.
Fun. Love that history lesson, this fucking guy. And we
Yeah,
have a day dedicated to this
not
fuck.
anymore.
Oh, good. They
Well,
took that away? When did that happen?
oh, in Massachusetts, it's Indigenous Peoples Day now.
Oh, nice. Fucking
Yeah,
sick. I'll have to look that up. Hopefully the rest of the country has like, yeah, no, Columbus,
I mean, who
fuck that
cares?
guy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, then we have Hernando Cortez. He was
Okay.
offered cacao beans by the Aztecs during his 1519 expedition to the New World. He imported
Okay.
chocolate to Europe, where it was initially considered too bitter, but became popular after the addition of some honey and sugarcane.
See? There it fucking is. Right there. That's the one. Cause it's true. Chocolate, like dark fucking chocolate is so bitter.
And then here
So
we
fucking
go.
bitter. I can't do like more than 70%. 75% chocolate that's as dark as I can go
Yeah,
before it gets too bitter. Then it's just
yeah,
baking chocolate at that point.
yeah. Then we have the Spanish. The
Mhm. Of
Spanish kept the secret of cacao production to themselves, which gave them a
course they
monopoly
did.
on the chocolate market in Europe. Then we have France in 1615. Anne of Austria, the daughter of the Spanish King Philip III, brought samples of chocolate to the royal court of France to celebrate her marriage to King Louis the 13th. Sorry, it took me a second to read the
Nice.
Roman numerals.
You're good.
Then the United States. This is very interesting. Chocolate arrived in Florida in 1641 on a Spanish ship.
Really?
hmm The
Really?
first American chocolate house is thought to have been opened in Boston in 1682.
I wonder if it's still there. That would be you should check out and see if that specific chocolate maker is still fucking making chocolate. And if they are, send me some. That
Let
sounds
me see.
amazing as hell.
The first factory in the United States was called Walter Baker and Company, which opened in 1765 and is now considered Dorchester's Lower Mills neighborhood.
Got
It's
it.
not. You want to
Oh.
know something really funny?
What?
That's where my ex lived.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well, hey,
Yeah,
now we know.
my ex. That's an apartment complex now. That Walter
Really?
and Baker Company factory. It's right
Damn.
on the Lowell River. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Well,
That's what a
shit.
weird small world. Um.
Right?
Yeah. And then here's the thing: the mass production. It says the invention of a steam engine in 1700s made mass production possible, making chocolate affordable for everyone around the world.
Nice.
So that's the timeline of how chocolate became normalized in the modern world.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes.
I
God,
find it
what are the
interesting that it
odds?
got to the United States as late as it did. Because we're so much
Well,
closer
it
than
was
we
in
are
Central
to
America.
Europe. Exactly, but
It's
that's what
talking
I
about the
mean. It's
United
like,
States, yeah. hmm
yeah, I just Central America,
Can I be
United
honest?
States, like fucking
Can I be honest? There might be some
yeah.
Native American history missing there because, you know how
Oh yeah, I guess
Europeans
yeah, yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
to
Love
undermine,
to
you know,
whitewash
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, you know how sorry, I should asterisk that. You know how modern day historians love to forget that Native Americans had a history
Oh
before
yeah,
we showed
yeah,
up. That's what I meant to
yeah,
say. Um
yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, we don't even know if Columbus was really the first person to ever discover the US. It was probably discovered
Mhm,
way before that we just don't know about.
mhm.
Um
Wasn't it like the Nordic fucking people, fucking Leif
well,
Erikson and shit?
there is there is a theory that it was the Templars from
Fuck,
France, like way
fuck
back
the
in
Templars.
1500s, like really,
Sure, sure, sure. I
you
guess
know.
that's fair. All right. Well, I mean, fucking neat. Love that.
Mhm.
Uh, I like that. I like that nice little history lesson about chocolate. I didn't know a lot of that.
Apparently, according to this article I'm reading, Columbus did not like chocolate.
Well, he can go fuck
Just
himself
another
because he
reason to
doesn't know
hate
what's
him.
good. Exactly.
Chocolate's so versatile. I love chocolate so much.
Mhm.
We could talk about chocolate all day. I love
Oh, I
chocolate
know.
like I love hot chocolate, hot cocoa.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love it.
Great
Chocolate with
during cold winter
caramel. I love
days.
chocolate with peanut
Mhm.
butter. I love chocolate with strawberries. Um,
Chocolate mint, always a
yep,
fantastic combination.
yep. Chocolate milk is good by itself sometimes. Um, yeah, that kind of stuff. Chocolate syrup.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate.
Oh yeah. Chocolate dipped in chocolate. Fantastic stuff. Love that. Um
Dark. Okay, seriously though, milk chocolate
yeah,
dipped
yeah.
in dark chocolate is very good.
Right. Oh, especially if you can get like a nice like different consistencies. Like you make a ganache, right? Something that's a little softer, a little bit smoother, a little bit more like truffly, and then you just kind of coat that in a nice hard layer of dark chocolate that you got this nice crunch in there and then that kind of oozy soft truffle center. So fucking good. So fucking good.
Agreed.
I love that shit.
I really hope the cacao bean doesn't go extinct.
I
Very
hope so
close.
too. I know. And man, when it does, if it does, that will be a very sad day because I don't know what this world will be like without chocolate.
Well,
It's going to be insane.
someone's gonna try to make an artificial flavor version of it, which is not gonna taste
Mhm.
as good, but
It's going to be close, but it's definitely not going to be the same. And there'll just be people like me out there. It's like I remember having like really good chocolate. I remember that. I
yeah,
remember
when we're
making
like
it and having it.
95 with a dying palate.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I remember when chocolate was
I
real.
remember the day. Chocolate. I remember chocolate.
I always hated it. um, yeah, chocolate's good. I love chocolate.
Ugh. No, it's fantastic. Uh, Going back to some of the desserts that I hate, now that
Oh,
we're
okay.
thinking about it, you
Sure, yeah.
remember cherry cordials?
Let me look that up.
You remember having cherry cordials?
Very cordial. Oh yeah, I do. I
Mm-hmm.
never liked
Mm-hmm.
those.
I hate them. And you know how they're fucking made? This goes right back to candy corn and shit. You take a maraschino cherry, one of the
Mm-hmm.
really shit ones that they bleach and then recolor and have it sitting in this like sickly, sugary, bad cherry
Mm-hmm.
syrup.
Mm-hmm.
You take one of those, you wrap it in fondant, and then you dip that in chocolate. And it's the liquid from the cherry that kind of melts the fondant itself from the inside out, giving it that kind of liquid when you bite into it liquid thing. And I mean,
Yeah,
I hate maraschino cherries anyway because of their process. They're so processed and disgusting, syrupy mess of nasty that to have
I
it then
just
defiled by wrapping it in fondant and then taking your nice, sweet, delectable chocolate and just ruining it even further.
yeah,
I will never forgive the person.
I just never like I don't know, like that's the one like I love strawberries in chocolate. I love like any
Yeah.
other kinds of fruit and chocolate. I remember having like mangoes in chocolate one time and it was really, really
Ooh,
good.
that
Like
sounds
oranges and chocolate,
amazing.
citrus and chocolate together, so it's just incredible.
Such a
Um
great
But
combination. Raspberries.
cherries,
Mm.
the palate for cherries just didn't hit right. And on top of that, the
Mhm.
cherry that you're talking about, it's fake. It's not a real cherry. It's all
Oh, I know.
processed. So it tasted even
Exactly.
worse. It tasted like medicine, if anything.
I
It was
know.
like
I
disgusting.
agree. I will say that if I took like a normal, everyday, regular ass cherry and
Hmm.
pitted it so that I don't hurt my teeth, and then just dipped that in chocolate, that's actually really good.
Is it bad that I'm looking at buying chocolate right now on Amazon?
Course not. It's fantastic.
Gotta get me
Might I
my
recommend
Milka.
Lindt truffles?
Oh, Lynch truffles is good. Yeah, I was just looking
Lindt
at those.
truffles are I love Lindt truffles, especially like the nice dark chocolate Lindt truffles.
Yeah, I like
Buddy
Milka.
boy.
Milka's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like
Milka's pretty good.
I don't like Hershey. Sorry. Unless it's coming.
Hershey's.
Look. Unless
Mhm.
it's coming from Hershey, Pennsylvania itself,
Yeah.
directly, fresh off
Mhm.
the thing, then
Mhm.
sure. But Hershey's
I
is just so sugary.
yes. And here's another interesting thing. They use like curdled milk or like kind of spoiled milk in their chocolate making process to give
Mhm.
it its unique flavor that people seem to love so much. And I'm just sitting here like, no. Like, I'm not going to turn away Hershey's because I don't hate that flavor. But if
Right.
I have the choice between a Hershey's bar and Lindt chocolate, fucking
Lynch
Lindt gets
every
it every
time.
time.
Yeah.
Every fucking
Well,
time.
because they actually tell you the percentage of cacao that's in there.
Exactly. Like I said, fucking 70,
My
75%.
favorite,
That's my Lindt chocolate bar.
yeah, my favorite by them is it's Lynch chocolate with a touch of sea salt. That's my favorite one by them.
Ooh,
It's so good because it's just
yeah.
got the right amount of salt in it, and it just it's just salt and sweet.
So fucking
Great,
good.
great combination if it's done
Great
correctly.
combination. Exactly. Ooh, a nice salted caramel. Buddy.
Salted caramel hot
Wouldn't
chocolate or a
amazing.
mocha is like my favorite thing ever. Like, and
Mhm.
if done correctly, yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Which
No, I know
Starbucks
exactly what you
hasn't
mean.
done that in like 3 years. They haven't done
Which
salted caramel mocha. Their most
I find that
popular drink
so
besides,
interesting.
um,
Yeah.
now it's like apple crisp or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember
Hmm.
getting a venti
Hmm.
iced apple crisp oat milk latte, which is a mouthful in and of itself. We gotta.
Right.
I said this in a previous video. We gotta stop. We've got to
Mhm.
stop with these names. We
It's
just,
just
just,
coffee, guys. Like,
just.
come on.
Oh my god.
I don't need a dictionary and a thesaurus to explain what I want. Just give me the thing.
Like,
Give me the thing.
hold on. If we're looking at our if we're looking at the Starbucks menu, hold on. Let me see if here
Mhm.
media. We're looking at the Starbucks menu for this winter. We
Mhm.
have one I'm looking forward to trying: iced gingerbread oat milk chai,
That actually
which
does sound
which
really
sounds
good,
very
but
good. But
still.
the most ridiculous one is the
Yeah.
salted pecan caramel crunch cold brew cold foam. That's one drink, that name right there.
Interesting.
And then we have the
It's very interesting.
where is it? Sugar cookie almond cold brew latte cold foam.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Cold
Yes.
brew
Hmm.
latte doesn't make any sense, by the way.
It
That is cold
doesn't,
brew is a coffee, latte is
yeah,
espresso. Which one is it, Starbucks?
right? Unless they're taking an espresso shot and putting it into
Well,
a
then
cold brew, which
that's
also doesn't make any sense.
that's called a red eye or a black eye, depending on how many.
Gotcha.
I educated you in this in a previous episode, I think.
Did you?
A red
Did
eye.
we?
Oh no, in Universal, that's where it was. A red eye. Remember,
Oh.
a red eye is a shot of espresso because the idea is that you're so tired that your eyes are red, so you need extra caffeine. And then a black
Yeah. Yeah.
eye
Yeah. Yeah.
is
Yeah.
2 shots of espresso in your coffee because the idea is that it's supposed to hit you like somebody punched you in the eye. That's why it's
Got it.
called a
Got it.
black
Got it.
eye.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Hmm.
Got it. All right.
I
Well,
love
I
red
don't really
eyes.
drink coffee too anymore, but we'll save that for the coffee episode.
Sure. I will go on and on and on and on
Oh,
about
hey,
coffee, but we already did that kind
happily.
of.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember us having like
Cafes
an
and
episode
coffee.
specifically. Oh, did we?
Yep.
Sure
It
enough.
was mostly me ranting about Starbucks, but
Fair.
it's
Um,
it's an empire. What can I say? It's on every
yeah,
street
no,
corner. It's like Dead
no,
by
I get
Daylight
that.
and
I get
Hooks.
that.
Okay, they're on every corner.
Yep. 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 Um, let me think. Let me see.
What do you think of? Hold on. What do you think of peppermint?
I fucking love peppermint,
Okay.
right?
Because there are some people
Peppermint
that
is
don't
one
like
of
mint.
the best things. Well, okay, now here's the thing. There are different kinds of mint. That's the thing that I think people don't necessarily understand is they're lumping all of these mint flavors together in one uniquely mint category, and that's not it. Like spearmint, for example. I hate it. I hate spearmint. It tastes like toothpaste. It doesn't hit the right way. It doesn't like give me the satisfactory mint crisp that a nice peppermint does.
I get it.
Wintergreen. Wintergreen. My mom hates wintergreen. I like it. I enjoy wintergreen. But it's another one of those mint flavors that's just kind of like an interesting flavor profile that I hits or misses depending on what kind of uh uh palette you have or whatever is going on in that particular thing. And then peppermint, and I'm sure there are other mints, but peppermint is like to me the fucking mint to go with.
Hmm.
It's nice, it's crisp, it gives me this nice cool refreshing breath in my mouth face, and
Mouth
I
face.
love it. I love putting peppermint in my hot chocolate. Like if I have like one of those mini candy cane sticks, I'll put like 2 or 3 in my hot cocoa and just have it kind of melt and dissolve, and it gives it this nice minty fresh flavor that I don't know, it hits
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, there's peppermint, spearmint, penny royal mint, wild mint, apple, water. There's a
Mm,
lot.
there are a lot of
Yeah.
mints. Most of them sound very interesting, and I would love to
Chocolate
try them.
mint.
Apple, whatever.
There is a chocolate mint. Yeah.
There is a chocolate mint. Fuck yeah.
Yep. There's
Already down
then
for
there's an
it.
Australian mint. There's a I'm not gonna try to pronounce half of these.
Okay. That's fair
There's
and
too
fine.
many fucking things. But
You should
like
send me that
chocolate
list.
mint.
We
Hold
should
on.
go we should go check that out. Would love that.
Sure, I'll look into this list. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. Some people don't like mint because of the way it reacts with your mouth. I think that's the
Mhm.
thing that people don't like is the feeling of an ice cold breath kind of thing.
Mm.
And like that's like of course we see that in gum advertisements all the time, right? We see that with like, your breath will smell minty fresh so much so that, it's your breath becomes cool as mint and you see this person chewing gum and then putting their breath on a fucking I don't know, on a fucking window and writing on it. I don't know. Something like that. I've seen advertisements
No,
like
I
that for a while. So,
I know exactly what you mean. And you're right. Like it's usually the shorthand because mint isn't necessarily straight up a winter thing. Like it doesn't grow. Nothing grows in the winter time. The only reason mint is associated with winter, I think, is because of that cool, cold reaction that it has. It feels like it's cold spicy, right? It's
yep.
it's it's this thing that it's hard to explain,
I know what you mean,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's just so good, and it just makes sense that it would be associated with winter specifically because of that like cool, cold, refreshing flavor that it has. But mint isn't universally just a winter thing. You can have mint whenever the fuck you want. Mint
Yeah.
mojitos, for example, are a
I
nice,
had one of
refreshing
those a while
summer
ago.
drink.
Yeah, I like that one.
Hmm. It's very good, especially if you have nice fresh mint. I wouldn't know. I've never had one, but people seem to like it. So fucking there you go.
I've had one.
Why
It's
the
good.
fuck not?
It's good, yeah.
Well, good.
I
I
don't
would
think
love to
you'd
have a
like it.
watermelon mojito.
A watermelon mojito. Okay, yeah.
Watermelon mojito, because watermelon and mint together, fuck yes. Oh, grilled watermelon with some mint over top of that, and then you hit that with some balsamic vinegar. Buddy, let me tell you. So fucking good.
I have to challenge. I have a challenge for you as well. My friend Jake cannot find an alcoholic drink that he likes because he says he just cannot drink anything bitter. And so
Hmm.
whenever he
There
tastes
are
any kind of
plenty
alcohol,
of
but nope,
fruity
nope.
flavor
He
sweet
tastes
drinks.
he tastes the sweetest drink and he says he can't drink it because it's too bitter.
Hmm.
I think there's something must
Might
react with his tongue.
It might be the alcohol itself,
Well, he's tried all
because
different kinds.
I, because
He's been
I
trying for
don't
10
like
years.
alcohol. Sure, I don't like alcohol. Period. Like I know there are some like dessert cocktails out there,
Espresso
chocolate
martini, oh,
martinis,
so good. I love that we went to the same
chocolate.
thing. Espresso martinis
um,
are the best thing ever made.
mhm.
Except it's
Chocolate
terrible for your
martinis
heart.
sound
Caffeine and
sound really
alcohol.
good. I know, right? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
terrible for your
Uh,
heart.
um, So I would imagine that like it might be a similar thing because I hate the flavor of alcohol. It burns, it's not good. It has this kind of bitter
Well, by
consistency
itself
that I
it
just don't
does, yeah.
enjoy. Yeah, but like even I have yet to find a mixed drink that doesn't taste like alcohol. So like
Isn't
at
it?
this
It's an
point it's almost a matter of like I would love to have a mixed drink, just don't put any alcohol in it. Do like virgin versions of
Oh
all of
man,
that.
that's so funny. That's the whole point of the drink.
I get it, but you can have fucking like mixed drinks still. The virgin mixed drinks that we had at
I was
Universal were
gonna say that's
fantastic.
yeah, that's called a
And I loved
mocktail.
those. Yeah. We should just change the name from mocktail to something else because mocktail is very, I don't know, it feels very
Disrespectful.
what's a little bit like you're making fun of whoever's drinking it, right? You're not good enough to
No,
have
it
a
is
regular
it
cocktail.
a
You'll have a
mock
mocktail.
a mocktail is called a mocktail because it's mocking
Mhm.
a cocktail. That's the name of it.
Exactly.
It has nothing
Right.
to do with the person. It has to do with the drink.
I know that, but that's what I mean. Is like you, the person, are drinking this mocktail.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
I
then you know
know
what you should
you
do?
don't care, and I don't care either. I'm just saying.
Well, then
We should change the name.
you should drink Bureau, which is Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer.
Tom Holland has beer? Interesting.
He just launched it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Hmm.
Called Bureau,
I wonder what
Bero.
I
The
wonder what it
idea is
tastes
it
like.
sounds like beer, but it has zero alcohol, so it's called Bureau.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have
Opt.
to try that.
I
I
don't know
don't know.
what it
Hey,
tastes like, but
fucking
hey, whatever.
if it's good, fucking
Yeah,
why
I'm
not?
not a huge fan of beer anyway. Never have been. Beer is
I
very
okay,
bad. Ugh, I just can't
fair.
stand it.
I don't this is a weird fucking episode because we just went straight off into a very interesting
Let's bring it
tangent
back
from candy to beer.
let's drink it. Well,
But
you know we can end it in a certain way. I actually know how to connect all
yeah,
this. Yeah, go ahead. Go
how
ahead.
are we gonna okay, well, okay, so I guess back on beer. I don't I don't drink beer straight because it's not good. I don't like that flavor. But um beer batter for like beer batter fish or beer batter fucking
Well,
anything
that's
for that
different.
matter is
You're
fantastic.
cooking the beer, so the alcohol and taste goes away.
Not
It,
all of the taste, that like yeasty hoppy flavor
yeah,
stays around and it stays there.
and
And that's the
combines
part that
with
I fucking like.
whatever you're stopping it in. Yeah,
Exactly. It's usually flour or something, and
something
you
like
mix
that.
all
Yeah.
that together. And yeah, like I take a nice cod fillet and just,
Okay.
and it's delicious.
The way that we're gonna close this episode and connect it back
Yeah.
to candy, why don't you tell
Okay.
us what you had at the Chocolate Emporium in Universal?
Alright. Um. So for the appetizer, I got the chocolate walnut bread.
Mhm.
That was
Which,
incredible.
oh my god, can I just say this? I never expected chocolate bread to taste
Mhm.
good. I had no idea what to
So
expect. I looked
funny.
at it, I was like, this looks like so weird, like
Mhm.
weird idea. And then you ordered it because you were just like, fuck it, we have to order this. We're at the Chocolate
It's
Emporium.
chocolate.
But in
We're at the
bread, it
chocolate
sounds
emporium.
weird. So
Uh,
I'll be honest, when it came out, it looked like pumpernickel bread, but you
yeah.
cut into it and you see that there's like chocolate chips in it,
hmm
and we put
Chocolate
butter on
chips and
it.
some like walnut pieces. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
butter
put
on it
we
was
put butter on it, and
fantastic.
it was one of the best things I think I've ever tasted when it comes to bread,
hmm
and it's just
Oh,
anyway. Keep going. Sorry,
oh, it was so good.
sorry.
After that, I had like a basic pub burger, uh, uh, medium, uh, medium rare, I think, which was fantastic. There wasn't any chocolate on that, as far as I remember. Um,
I got the
very
salmon.
delicious, very, very greasy, very like you spent a night out drinking and you need something to fill your body, and that burger was it, and it was
Yeah, it
delicious.
looked really good. I
Um,
got the salmon with the rice and the veggies.
yeah, yeah.
I tried so many different
Uh,
types of salmon that vacation. I got
did
big.
did we get dessert? I can't remember what we got for dessert.
I don't think we got dessert because we were so full. Oh no, you know
I mean,
why?
I
Because
guess that's fair.
because you ordered those stupid donuts.
Oh yeah, voodoo donuts. I forgot about those.
Yeah, Max ordered a dozen voodoo donuts, and he said he was going to
That's
take the rest of them, and
fucking.
he left them in the room, and so I
I
throw them
did
out.
leave them in the room. God damn it, Brendan.
I couldn't
No,
eat
I
them.
fucking I love voodoo donuts though. Like it had been forever since I had a good voodoo
Okay,
donut.
fine, get one
Since
on a
being in
dozen.
Portland. I wanted you to try them. I
Okay,
wanted you to try them.
okay, and we never actually sat down to try them because I was always full because we ate so much fucking food.
I guess that's fair. It was
I'm
really good.
still
No,
trying to
but
walk it off.
I guess if we want to go back to the desserts, the baked Alaska at Big Fire, I thought was fantastic.
Well, no, let's end the episode with what you drank.
Oh, what did I drink?
The Pop Rocks.
Oh, that was a mistake and a half.
Yeah, my point is that we're combining it with candy, the alcohol and the candy. We're finishing it off
Oh,
with candy, Max.
right. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. The mocktail fucking thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there was a mocktail over at the fucking place that was like this kind of strawberry lemonade mocktail fucking combination thing. I think there might have been some mint something in it. And then
Mhm.
it came with a bag of Pop Rocks that there was no explanation as to what I was supposed to do to this thing. Do I put the Pop Rocks inside the drink and then drink it? Do I put the Pop Rocks inside my mouth and then drink it? Do I what's happening? Do I take them separately? Do I like rim the glass with the Pop Rocks and then just kind of like fucking there was nothing. There was no port of entry on this thing that made any sense to me. So I did the only logical thing I could think of. I poured the Pop Rocks into the drink. That made sense from a
Yeah.
culinary perspective because why would you do anything else except that? And then it exploded everywhere because Pop Rocks, creating a huge mess over everything. And I'm just sitting there like covering the top of the glass, having Pop Rocks shoot up into my hand as like just I'm trying to not make too much of a scene, but that's not a good idea. Like it goes right back to presentation for me. If you're going to give people something that they then have to construct themselves, you gotta explain it to them. So this drink with Pop Rocks, like what was I supposed to do there? And I think the actual correct answer is you take a hit of Pop Rocks and then you drink the drink and let it just kind of do its thing inside of your mouth.
Never been a fan of Pop Rocks anyway because I don't like the feeling of things
Mhm.
popping in my mouth and all that stuff.
Sure. I didn't hate Pop Rocks, which is I think part of the other reason why I got that mocktail in the first place was like, hey, I
Yeah.
hadn't had Pop Rocks in forever. So let's fucking
Right.
go. Let's fucking do it.
Why
But
not, right? Yeah.
again, like if you're going to put something on a plate, make sure it's edible. Make sure there's a reason for it. Fucking, you just take a twig, leaf, something, and put it on my plate, and I'm not supposed to eat that? What do you mean? Fuck that. Fuck you. And, like, I need the presentation to make sense. Why are you putting it on my plate if it does nothing for the food? If it's just supposed to be aesthetically pleasing, you're wasting your time and mine. Fuck off with that
Very
nonsense.
true. Very true.
To any aspiring culinarians out there you
Yeah.
go. There's plating and presentation. Find a better way to do it.
Yeah. I know. I just thought that was a good way to end the episode, to share the story, just so that we can connect
Yeah, no,
alcohol with candy.
that's fair. I'm all right with
Yes.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No, the Chocolate Emporium, great place.
Yes. But I will
Strongly
still.
recommended.
Oh yeah, I strongly recommend the Chocolate Emporium if you go to Universal. It is
Mhm.
a 5-star restaurant, and it is a
Mhm.
5-star restaurant for a reason. It is, if you can
Absolutely.
afford it,
I
the
think
food is incredible there.
right. I think out of all of our restaurant experiences at Universal, Chocolate Factory and Big Fire,
Oh
absolutely,
yeah,
110%.
yeah.
Vivino, I liked it. I liked the other two better.
Vivino was, or I think it was Vivo. Now that you say it,
Vivo? Okay.
I don't remember which one it is, but
I don't know what
Vivo.
it is
Oh,
either.
oh,
Vivo?
and that dessert that they did was
I
Hershey's.
know.
Um,
It was Hershey's syrup. This five-star restaurant, and they bring out what even was it? It was some sort of ice cream something. I can't even remember what it
it
was
was like a
called.
fudge ice
They
cream thing. Yeah.
they bring out a like pre-portioned, freeze-dried or freezer brick of something and swirl around Hershey's chocolate syrup on top of it with like this tiny little square ganache something on top with like the restaurant name printed in edible something. And that was the dessert. And I'm just sitting here like, that's super fucking disappointing that you would give me at a 5-star restaurant Hershey's fucking syrup. Kidding? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
The
And so he
fuck?
complained to the waitress,
I did.
and she gave us another one with ganache syrup
With chocolate
instead.
ganache, which was so much better.
It was
It
better.
was
No,
so much
It
better.
was. It was. No, that was worth it. And she was super nice about it too. She was just like,
Oh,
"Hey,
she
no,
was
this is
really
a
nice.
simple
It's like, hey,
change."
no, you're right. It's
And
so
then she came
simple,
over and she brought another
right?
one, and she explained, "Oh well, they're already like
Mhm.
pre-made, so this he just took it on a different plate and
Mhm.
just put it on the thing. It was super easy.
Exactly.
So it wasn't like we were
So,
doing
like,
anything
hey,
inconvenient for the person. Like, come on."
right. I just it really did surprise me, and I
But anyway,
everything
so
everything else about the place was great though.
yeah, but anyway, so candy, chocolate, sweets,
Mhm.
dessert. That's it in a nutshell for us for that one.
What a wonderful episode that we've had here today.
Yeah, all over the place. Not surprising, it's
Mhm.
us. Oh man. Well, that
Ah,
was fun. That was fun. I don't
isn't it?
really. I feel like I didn't contribute much to this episode because I don't really
Hey, yeah,
have a
you're
sweet
that's
tooth.
fair.
But
Like there's a bunch of like episodes where that's probably going to happen where we just kind of sit down and just kind of rant and talk about life and shit
hmm
in general. Um yeah, I don't know. It was good though. We should do it again sometime.
sure, yeah, like in 5 minutes. Um,
Exactly.
sorry to ruin the immersion, everyone. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching
Mhm.
and listening to our experiences with candy and sweets and chocolate and more chocolate. We
Mhm.
will be posting more episodes like this very soon. We also have a Patreon. We also have gameplay walkers on YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Algorithmic things.
Mhm.
YouTube is
We
changing
gotta
the
we gotta
algorithm again, as
we
Max
gotta
says.
please the algorithm. We gotta please the algorithm because without the algorithm, what are we? We're just bags of meat floating through space.
What the fuck? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.